And welcome to the 6:15. I'm Kejon Henry at Tembe. We are going to flag off with our headlines. Climate Observatory or National Observatory on Climate Change has released its March to May findings, and forecast is warning of rainfalls and temperature patterns that could pose serious risks to farmers across several regions. And the town of Buya was the melting pot of the Southwest Regional Festival, an event that actually preached for promoting peace, unity, and cultural heritage of that region. Top stories. Respective platforms on Canal International. We begin with this information. The Climate Observatory, or the National Observatory on Climate Change, has actually released its March to May report, and it has warned on temperatures and rain patterns that could pose very serious risk to the farmers across the regions. Beatrice Ngamo reports on that.
2026 has been a very complex year, especially in relation to the behavior of rainfall. It is for this reason that the National Observatory on Climate Change came out with a note last February 20 with precise information on how the onset of the rainy season will progress.
We have observed that rains have generally begun this year prematurely, referred to as the early onset.
Other regions like the Northwest, West are expecting the effective beginning of the rainy season around the 8th to the 10th of this March. This along the northern and western parts of the central region. Exception is in the west region. The northern section of known division will witness its onset later, and others. Farmers in that light are called upon
at least carry out some sequential sowing. That is, maybe plant part of their plots while carry out some observatory measures before completing. Concerning
temperature, there are indications that by mid-April it will soar in Sudano-Sahelian zones.
There are situations where we will register temperatures that will go up as high as above 45 degrees Celsius, leading to situations which are generally referred to as heat wave situation.
Decisions will be made public by the National Observatory on their 10-day bulletin on specific areas where they are likely to witness this risk, alongside advisory messages on what farmers are expected to do when faced with these unpleasant scenarios.
And with less than 1 week to go for the International Women's Day, shortage of official Women's Day fabric has been, as we are gathering from you, Cynthia Lati.
Gillian leaves the Sikam Aqua Shop, an official sales point for Women's Day fabric, disappointed.
But they told me it's finished. That got finished since last week, and it's only next year.
Grace too has been working for hours at official sales point in search of the fabric, but to no avail.
There's no wrapper anywhere, or the prices are very high.
Many make their way to different sales shops and come out empty-handed, unable to find it. Next up is the illegal market here in the central market in Douala. Stocks are mostly finished, and vendors who still have the fabric have doubled the prices. This is 20,000 francs, this man says. 6 yards of fabric right now cost 15,000, 18,000 and 20,000 francs. The list price is 15,000 francs. This is too expensive. Women who wish to get the fabric are stranded. Some have turned to already sewn fabric dresses, but complain that the styles are not their preferences and prices remain high. Women are buying these ones because this year the fabric was not enough. So many prefer this already sewn. 6 days to the 41st Women's Day celebration in Cameroon, women are flooding the market in search of the fabric, but are met with shortages and high prices. Trusted sources at Sikam confirmed to Canal that Sikam currently has no fabric available without giving a reason.
And of course, on this very sad note, it is shock and grief that hit Canal International since yesterday following the sudden death of senior journalist Anonga Ngefak. Ngefak died following an illness, and of course the respected professional almost for more than 14 years or 15 years of service, and so they are grappling with the situation. More in the go through.
The Central News Desk in Douala is in total mourning. Dressed in black, colleagues gathered to honor the memory of a journalist they described as a true soldier of the pen, daring in his reporting and always on the front line of the stories that demanded in-depth investigation and courage.
It came like a bombshell, you know. When we got up Sunday morning, the first thing was to check on the messages to find out if we have some assignments on weekends from the forum. And the first message we saw was the announcement of the death of Anonga Ngefak, so we started making calls to verify if this is not fake news. So when I called Yaoundé, got information that they were already at the mortuary trying to lay, not to put his mortal remains in the mortuary. So it was very devastating for the whole of yesterday and right up to now.
A glaring example of his fearless commitment was his coverage of the Martinez Zogo case. Anonga Ngefak reported daily developments with determination, ensuring that the public received accurate and timely information. His passion for truth and unwavering dedication to his profession set him apart.
He was really a professional. He was a very brave and courageous journalist who was always ready to report the truth. He had this, and so I think that is what I really know about him. He's caring, he's so jovial, he's that type of person who is always ready to assist anyone, no matter the time.
According to the editor-in-chief, his passing is a great loss to Canal International. One of our strongest and most respected voices is gone. He cried out.
Anonga Ngefak, vous l'avez dit, c'était un journaliste extrêmement professionnel, aguerri, quelqu'un de téméraire qui a su, même dans la maladie, pouvoir faire son travail. Parce que ce qu'il faut rappeler, c'est qu'il traînait un mal de pied depuis de nombreuses années, mais ça ne l'a jamais empêché de travailler. Il a toujours été là, toujours sur le terrain. Il a toujours montré ce qu'il savait faire. Arnaud, c'était un travailleur, c'était un fonceur, c'était un bosseur. Et juste pour lui, nous allons travailler. Nous allons continuer de travailler pour honorer sa mémoire.
The pain is difficult to bear as Anonga Ngefak has departed to the world beyond, leaving behind a legacy of integrity and courage. As they call their fallen hero, it is indeed action and tribute to a man who lived and died for the truth.
May so rest in peace. Young and aspiring entrepreneurs are saying that they have very limited access to information and, of course, to financing despite governments or availability of government support initiative that is made official. They were speaking out based on Ambo Gladys spoke to some of the young people, and this is what they said.
I once applied for state funding, submitted all my documents, but it feels like my file never reached the right desk. There is no clear information on the process or the facilities available.
Quelles sont les facilités, quelles sont les modalités pratiques?
Another entrepreneur, Christine Nyat, says funding opportunities do exist, but information remains the biggest obstacle.
Pendant le Covid, j'ai une amie qui m'a appelé.
During COVID, a friend told me to apply for state funding, and I received 5 million from the state of Cameroon. If you don't have the right information, you miss out. Entrepreneurs need clear, accessible guidance to benefit from these programs.
Qui sont mises en place.
One of the government's flagship initiatives is the Young Entrepreneurs Guarantee Fund. It targets young people aged 15 to 35, offering guarantees.
What are required to do is that they're supposed to register, get their names registered in the platform, National Observatory, in all the subdivisions. Once they register, their name goes to the platform. Now in Yaoundé, selection is done. When the selection is done, the list of the youth concerning our region comes back to us, and they will get in contact with them.
But accessing the scheme requires meeting strict eligibility criteria, and applicants often face administrative hurdles.
We have 4 sectors. We have the first one is agriculture and animal production. The second one is innovation. The third one is solar equipment and industry, small and big industry.
More than 6,000 young people are said to have benefited so far from the guarantee phone.
There's Yola Sosison. We have from Mosandedi. He's financed on agriculture.
Grants below 1.5 million francs CFA are non-refundable, while larger sums must be repaid under close monitoring.
Thanks very much, Ambo Gladys. And the 2025 report of the Public Independent Conciliator for the Northwest Region has been made public. And the voluminous document actually frowned on the, in fact, review the performance of some of the councils and frowned on 4 of those councils that have not been able to comply with the salary situation of their workers. Annie Collins sat through that meeting and now reports.
The 9th session of the Council of the National University Sports Federation has brought together council members and university representatives to review achievements recorded in 2025.
With a volume of 273 pages, the 5th annual report of the Northwest Public Independent Conciliator has again indicted some municipal structures of poor governance practices. 19 days after submitting to the President of the Republic as required, the compilation was presented to the press in Bamenda on Tuesday, February 24, by the official whose office carries the same name as his functions.
The delay in salary payment of workers with some councils is owing up to 14 months of salary arrears. And this, we will cite this to the ground.
While some mayors blame the current security crisis for their woes, others welcome the report.
And these arrears, most of what I'm owing are inherited arrears. And for your information, 2025 that just ended, I had paid all the 12 months of 2025. And I was planning to continue in that spirit, but for the fact that I said that we're expecting to come since October, has not come up to now.
From the Regional Executive Council through the city, divisional to local councils, the 12-month balance sheet also highlights marked improvements after previous criticisms. From a general standpoint, the 2025 report also indicates that even the office of the PIC suffers from the snail-paced decentralization process in Cameroon and carries public opinions that its powers as an overseer be extended to other domains, rendering services to the public.
Very much. Annie Collins, our chief correspondent for the Northwest region. And over to Boya, the town vibrated to the rhythm of the Southwest Cultural Festival, an event that actually had been praised for promoting unity, peace, and the cultural heritage of that region. Sherifa Saleh reports with calls from Jama Richard.
Promoting peace through culture and strengthening a shared identity were the defining features of the second edition of the Southwest Cultural Festival in the Southwest region of Cameroon.
It was an opportunity for us to showcase love, peace, vivre ensemble, unity, and that was largely attained.
They should identify with their culture, they watch their parents. They don't blindly copy what they see on TikTok, YouTube.
The events brought together communities in a vibrant showcase of traditional dances, music, exhibitions, and local cuisine, highlighting the region's rich diversity.
Our culture is very colorful. Such celebrations are times when we get to see that this is who we are.
Each and every one from the region, whether you're Southwestern or North, you are involved in one way or the other. We need to be a culture of peace, not
The president of the Southwest Chiefs Conference has described the festival as a vital platform for cultural identity and dialogue. The festival was launched by the Minister of Arts and Culture, Pierre Ismail Bidimkwat, alongside the Governor of the Southwest Region, Okalia Bernard Bilai, with organizers expressing hope that the unity celebrated will translate into lasting peace.
Thanks very much, Sherifa, drawing the curtains for this edition of the 6:15. I've been Kejan Henry. I think Believe is just right out with the debrief, the actuality. Goodbye.